Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Got 3 bands for you today. Old school heavy metal we've got for you today in various different forms. Thrashy, chuggy, melodic, all the good stuff. We've had a bunch of youngsters on the channel this week. It's time that we went a bit more old school with the olders. So we've got a couple of returning bands and one new one. This first band up, they've been on the channel before. We enjoyed it last time, so we hopefully enjoy it again today. This band is called Sarkoptic, and they've got a track for us called Beast Mode Engage. So let's see what their beast mode's like. Thrashy. Nice drum sound. Yeah, good thrashy guitar tone. Fizzy. Yeah. Drums sound nice, kick sounds nice. It's kicking through the mix nicely. Cymbals sound good as well. Heavy. Good vocal, long screams, nice fry in the back of his throat. Chunky. Now the guitars are very prominent, the drums are very prominent. The bass isn't quite as prominent in the mix as everything else. They could have cranked that up a little bit more. You know, this thrashy music anyway, it's not generally super bassy, but it can be. Yeah, nice shouty vocal. Almost kind of a hardcore vocal in a way, with that fry. Very shouty and angry. Yeah. Drums really punch through the mix, the kick and the snare. Got a good low end to them as well. I like the video. It's probably not good if you're sensitive to this kind of stuff, but looks pretty cool. Got a good energy to the music. Got that groove to it. You can see this dude's obviously into Dimebag and Pantera. He's got that tone as well. Heading for a Dimebag tone. Very fuzzy, fizzy. Cuts through the mix. Working the cymbals nicely, moving about over each cymbal look. Dope. Yeah, when they drop it down and chunk it out, sounds heavy. There's a real nice low end to the drums, and especially the kick drum. And the toms. So when he's doing a lot of kick, or with this tom part now, there's a lot of low end to the music just from the drums. It sounds good. Yeah. Nice bit of spoken word, you know I love that. Nice energy to this track all the way through. So had a good energy to nod your head, rock out hard, move the energy around on the toms, the double bass, with the riffage, with the vocal. So I would say it would be nice to just crank the bass up a bit more, bring in that low end like we're getting from the drums, but bring it into the guitars, because it's not a great load of low end to the guitars. Breaking it down now. Drum kit sounds great. The vocals have been heavy all the way through. This dude's got long ass growls. He's angry, he's shouty, he's pushing it hard the whole time. We had a nice bit of spoken word in there as well though, to change the energy and move it about. Dope. That one just sounded right. I think that was heavier than the last track they showed us. I've heard that many bands now. I can't recall every band and everything just from the name. But yeah, that was heavy. Very nice recording. Good mix all round. You know, thrash isn't very bassy, so I'm not expecting a lot of bass, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't still like a lot of bass. You know, the memes and everything about cutting Jason Newsted and whatnot out of And Justice and all of that stuff. That shouldn't have been the standard, in my opinion. That should have been an anomaly. And yeah, crank the bass up in thrash, guys. It's not illegal. But yeah, very nice track. Good, chunky. The drums added so much low end to that music. You know, didn't really need a lot of bass anyway. Anyway, this next band up, these are a new band to the channel. The band is called Binary Creed, and the track is called Mother. And this is an official lyric video, so let's check them out. Yeah, I think these guys are a bit more melodic, symphonic and all of that stuff. So it should be a big track. They're always big, these kind of symphonic guys, taking it massive with the synths and all of that. Just make sure we got it up loud. Yeah, this one's a bit quieter than the last mix, but the last mix was very, very loud. Nice chunky guitars, drums sound good as well, the vocal sits in there nicely. Big wide sound. Yeah, nice, atmospheric. Chunky. Bass drum sounds nice, sits in the mix pretty nice. Doesn't take it over. They got a nice amount of reverb on the vocal, make it sound a bit spatial. The whole track sounds quite wide, so it makes it sit in there nicely, widens it out a bit as well. The synths, you know, they're bringing a lot to the high end, bringing a lot of atmosphere and width to the music that you wouldn't get with just these chunky guitars. Nice guitar tone though, pretty tight, very chunky, got a good low end to it. That's a nice guitar tone as well. And playing. Yeah. Shredding. Nice drive to this music, pushing on, good head nod to it. Yeah, when the double bass comes in, it drives it on even harder. It's very forward pushing music. Sorry about that, guys. Very forward pushing music. Kind of stuff you could put on in the car or something if you're driving fast late at night. Nice strong vocal as well. He's got a good singing voice, and as I say, they've done a good recording. Is that the track over already? I've talked all the way through it. I was only just getting into that one, and it is a good 3-minute track, so there you go. Got into that one, but yeah, nice driving, fast-paced music. Got a good pushing onward feel to it, this kind of music. Melodic, atmospheric, wide with all the synths and stuff in there. Good washy cymbals as well. The drums sounded nice, and the vocal was widened out with some reverb and stereoscoping and stuff as well. So the whole mix sounded nice and wide. It suits this kind of music. Very nice. Keep sending in your music, guys, because we'll have you on again, no problem. Now, this band has been on again, and they were on quite recently, actually. They made their way down the pipe again already. This is Superchucker, and they got another video for us, official vid. This one's called Widespread Panic. Very apt. Let's hear it. Not too much panic going on just yet. Here we go. Nice to use some samples and stuff on the intro. You know I like that. Yeah. You can hear the bass in this band. It sounds good. You can hear it doing its thing. Yeah. These guys have got that old school sound to them, but with the modern production and everything else. Vocalist has got the right tone, it's got the right look as well. He's got a nice gravel in the back of his throat. He pushes his throat hard as well. This guy really pushes it. Yeah, you can hear it. That's how you get that gravel at the back of your throat, pushing your throat just that bit too hard. It's probably not the best idea in the long run, but they've made it to this point, so keep going. Nice video as well, this one. Good to see the band live, and then with all the extra editing, it's cool. Drums sound nice. I did make the comment last time that we didn't have enough crash in the last one, so I'm keeping an ear out for that. The drums sound very nice. The cymbals have got a good wash to them. Nice guitar tone as well. Not tons of distortion on the rhythm guitar, it's quite crunchy. It's got a nice tone to it. I think I said these guys last time, if they wanted to, you know, get even heavier, they just add a bit more distortion to the guitars, a bit more distortion on the vocal maybe. Yeah. Nice guitar sound. It's got a nice amount of distortion on it, so you can still hear the tone of it ring through nicely. Good energy to it. Again, we've got that pushing on, driving on energy. And I want you with me, but you're so far away. The smell of the rock, the flash and the shot, a balance of life and decay. You can hear the bass in there just nicely. Cuts through the mix, it's got its own tone. You can hear him doing nothing. Pretty sure he's got finger style. Not sure he's using a pick, at least it sounds that way. But you can hear him doing nice little runs, it cuts through over the guitars, gives it a different kind of sound. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, the singer. Yeah. Pushing his throat very, very hard. But it sounds great. That's what I like. I like guys that just, you know, no holds barred. They'll push their throat as hard as they need to get the sound that they want. Now, vocal coaches will cringe at me saying that, and they'll go, no, don't do that. You'll get polyps in your throat and all this and that. But I look at vocals as almost like an instrument in the band. You're there to make a sound, you're there to make a noise. I'm less interested in the lyrics as I am the sound of their voice and the tone of it and how it sits in the mix and how it fits in with the guitars and what it does to the song and all of that. The lyrics are kind of last on my list. If I'm into a band and I like all the vocal and the music, then I'll go and check out the lyrics. I know a lot of people, you know, the lyrics are the most important part of the song to them. Not me. It's the music, it's the sound, it's the mix, it's what they've done with the music, it's what they're trying to get across with the sound, the emotion, the vibe, the energy, all of that. All of that comes before lyrics for me. And because of that, I like guys who are working their throat. This guy works his throat, pushing it hard, doing things that probably aren't in the best interests of their throat, but it makes a great sound. And it adds a lot to the track, and it changes the energy of the track, changes the dynamic of the track. All of those things are worth the sacrifice of ragging up your throat a bit too much. Now, don't take it too far. Obviously, some guys take it too far. I'd say Phil Anselmo from Pantera, he's blown his throat, you know. He's took it too far, too hard, too many times, and now it hasn't got the tone that it once had. I'd say Corey from Slipknot as well to some degree, although his singing voice has got very, very nice, so can go both ways. But yeah, my whole point round and about there was I respect singers that push their throat really hard to get the right sound for the track, regardless of whether it's a very good idea for their throat or not. Now, I like this band Superchucker. They got that old school sound. They remind me a bit of Iron Maiden to some degree. They remind me a bit, of those kind of older bands, Judas Priest, those kind of bands. Good stuff. They've got a good sound. They've got a good recording. Now, I am just going to mention one thing again, and this is to the drummer. I want, in the next track that you send me, and I want you to keep sending me your music, but in the next track you send me, I want a section on the crash, because that's 2 tracks now where we've had a lot of ride, a lot of hi-hat, a lot of crashes at accents, and I saw you doing it in the video, but Robert, you got to give us a section on the crash. We need it. That's all I'm going to say. I've enjoyed today's video. I'm going to give it a superb because we haven't had any old school guys on the channel all week. We've had a bunch of youngsters. We've had a bunch of fresh music that's new to the scene. And I always want to keep one day spare for a bit of punk and one day spare for a bit of old school as well. So we get a nice mix throughout the week. Today's the old school day. I don't know if I've got any punk for tomorrow. We haven't actually got as much punk in the queue as we used to have. So if you're in a punk band, send in your music and you might skip the queue because we need more punk in the queue. Anyway, I've gone on enough after this. Yeah, definitely 17 minutes. So yeah, enjoy today, guys. Different day every day this week, but we've had a quality day every day this week. Like and subscribe and all that jazz if you want to do that. And if you don't want to do that, I'll just see you tomorrow for a bunch of different bands. That's how it goes. See you around. Bye.